What's up, my favorite dirty little slut? Guess what? You're gonna be a good girl and have a good fucking day today. And you're gonna love yourself, you beautiful big booty bad bitch. You know why? Because I fucking said so. Got it?
If you get a random call or a text from your girl talking about I love you, or you don't know how much I love you and you don't understand how much I love you, that means she cheated on you and felt guilty about it. Stay woke.
Okay.
It makes me feel so fucking fantastic and so horny.
Oh Lord. Okay, you have a good. Yeah, okay. You have
It makes me want a thing in my mouth.
No, don't.
Dad, boop. I
You
be
have a
like,
good day,
put
okay?
it in
No,
my
no,
mouth.
no.
In my motherfucking mouth.
Look, go get.
That's what I call a hole. That is a big hole. Oh my gosh. Look at that. That's nuts. Jeez. I mean, like a thumb is nothing in there. I can get like 3 fingers in there.
What have you realized you like less and less the older you get?
Everything. The answer is everything. I don't want to go outside. I don't want to see people. I don't want my phone to ring. I don't want anybody to text me. I don't want to go to work. I don't like money. I don't like anything. But there is no more humbling experience than when somebody asks you what you do for fun. Because then you just sit there and try to contemplate, right? Try to think, try to come up with anything, any reason that you still have hope in this world, anything that you still enjoy or like. For me, it used to be skateboarding. I grew up skateboarding all the time. I haven't skateboarded in probably 20 years. I have no hobbies. I have no passions. Nothing that I do on the side outside of work when I'm cutting hair. I don't do anything. And I'd never realize it until somebody asks me, like, what am I doing this weekend? Or what do I like to do for fun? What am I going to do after work? Nothing. The answer is nothing. I'm going to sit inside on my couch and probably watch Cops.
Clean. I don't cook, I don't clean, but let me. Yes, I do the cooking, yes, I do the cleaning.
With the recent release of Pentagon footage of unidentified aerial phenomena and things like Project Blue Book and ATIP and all of these various things, in your former position and currently with the current information that's released, what's your viewpoint on what these objects that seem to defy all laws of physics are?
That's a legitimate question now. And the short answer, but not the most meaningful one, is I don't know about this. But when I was president and I had a chief of staff, John Podesta, who loved science fiction, we made every attempt to find out everything about Roswell. And we also sent people to Area 51 to make sure there were no aliens in a deep, because Area 51 is very important.
Who do you send to Area 51?
Oh, if I told you that. No, actually, I sent my Sandy Berger, who passed away sadly a couple of years ago, who was my national security advisor. But I said, we got to find out how we're going to deal with this, because that's where we do a lot of our invisibility research in terms of technology. Like, how do we fly airplanes that aren't picked up by radar and all that? So that's why they're so secretive. But there's no aliens, as I know. On the other hand, Hillary and I went to Hawaii in 2018 to the Big Island, where all the telescopes are on top of the mountain, you know, including the Keck telescope, the largest in the world. And several countries have scientific teams there. So after we toured the telescope, we went down and met with them. And I said, do you guys argue about the likelihood of life in outer space? He said, we have huge arguments. I said, you do? He said, oh, huge. I said, what's the range? He said, there are those of us who think it's 85% likely and those of us who think it's 95%. He said, these are people who spend their lives doing this. He said, we think, in other words, it's very unlikely that there is not life. There are a billion, not a billion planets, a billion solar-like systems. There are lots of mysteries out there, which is why I think we should take good care of this planet. I think we ought to kind of hang on to it if we can. And, and I think, but I also think it should keep us humble. There's a lot of stuff we don't know.
I was today years old when I found out that someone tells you to break a leg before an audition because they hope you end up in a cast. No! A TV show pilot is called a pilot because it's the first time it's on air. What? This little piggy went to the market doesn't mean the pig went grocery shopping. It means the pig literally went to the market. Pinterest is called Pinterest because you pin your interest. When someone tells you to hold your horses, they're telling you to be stable. No! Like a stable holds horses. Sand is called sand because it's in between the sea and land. Sand. A division symbol is just a fraction with dots replacing the numerator and denominator. Did I just not know this?
That will forever blow your mind. Andrew Dawson. Andrew's story will forever leave me with huge questions. He was posting normal, goofy, everyday content.
I don't think you can park there.
It seemed like he had such a big sense of humor, and then everything changed when he posted this video that literally changed his life. He was just driving down the road one day and he thought he saw a giant on top of this mountain. So he pulls out his phone to record it and he's zooming in and you can see what appears to be a really large person or a giant. The original viewers of the video said that he was too shaky. They couldn't tell what was going on. A lot of people weren't believing him.
Why do you say I have Parkinson's? Blah, blah, blah.
He really believed that he saw a giant. So he was kind of freaking out and he wanted to investigate. And of course, the TikTok community was like hyping him up and encouraging him to search for more answers. He posted several videos explaining why the quality was so low, like he was zooming in so far. It's hard to be zoomed in while recording so far away. He's joking around with people telling them to just rent him a helicopter, buy him a helicopter so he can actually get good footage and see if the giant is still there. He also mentions that he tried to get back up to the side of the mountain, but there was like a CIA agent there and they were doing some sort of environmental project and that he was trespassing, so he needed to leave. He thought that was kind of weird, so he decided to wake up really early in the morning and go back in hopes that nobody would be there and he'd be able to make it up the side of that mountain. Things are already kind of weird, but it gets even weirder. He's driving back towards that same mountain again, and he says he sees something in the sky. And now Andrew was thinking that he's seeing a UFO in the sky. Like, what is this light? He later sees 2 helicopters flying in the sky and they're extracting something. You can literally see that this helicopter is taking something really large. Like they took that down from the side of the mountain. He tries to go up the mountain again, and that's when he runs into this car. You could hear the tone in his voice when he's asking the person if he can go up and they're telling him no. He sounds like he knows he messed up. Like he shouldn't have gone up the side of that mountain, but he's so curious and he's like fully invested at this point. In his next upload, he's showing that there's a car outside of his house and it looks to be the exact same car that he saw on the side of the mountain. He runs outside yelling, he's trying to figure out what's going on, and the car just drives off. Next, he uploads a video where he seems so out of character. His hands are tucked in his pockets, he's nervous, his eyes are shifting, and he's just not being himself. It doesn't fit his previous videos. Also, the lighting and how he's backed up against the wall, it seems almost forced. And then he posts this video.
You might not see me post ever again.
He also says that his videos are not fake. He uploads another video showing that same mountain, but now there's some sort of like fort or building on top of it. And the building just appeared like out of nowhere overnight. And that's it. There's no more uploads on his account. I think everybody is thinking the same thing, right? Like we're all thinking that he He saw something he shouldn't have seen. He talked about it, and now he's gone. And that's when his wife creates a post from her own TikTok account where she's saying, R.I.P. Andrew, and she's tagging him, and she says, I miss you and I love you. People thought that he was faking everything, like beginning to start. And then somebody was able to find his obituary. His wife continuously was being harassed, and she ended up saying that it's not what you're thinking, that he just passed from natural causes and everybody just needs to leave it alone. And then she would upload other things that seemed like it kind of contradicted that. Like somebody had mentioned to her, wear purple in your next video if you're in danger. And her next video, she was wearing purple. If you do fall down the Andrew Dawson rabbit hole, please be respectful. Do not go and spam his wife. Let her live her life. I don't think we'll ever get answers about Andrew Dawson. I think that we'll always remain curious and mind blown.
I'm going to show you how to make them look brand new again. Open your oven. I have 3 of them.
The lies you tell. I've had this pan so long, I thought it was this color. Like, I thought this was the color that it was when I first acquired it. Maybe it's not. I'm not going to show y'all the inside of my stove because it needs to be cleaned anyway. But that right there is where the baby put a brown crayon and it fell in the crack and melted. And now every time we bake something, it smells like wax. I don't even know. I've never even used this function on my stove. I don't know how to do this. Is this right? Is that right? I don't know. We'll see. Oh, lock the door. Thank God for directions. I am inevitably going to go back upstairs and completely forget that I'm doing this. So let's hope I don't burn the house down. Okay, it's the next day and it's beeping. It's ready. Let's see. You shut your whole mouth. You shut your whole mouth. You just shut your hole. What? Oh my God. Oh my God.
I never seen.
Oh my God.
There needs to be a study done on why so many Black people are lactose intolerant.
Oh, no need for a study on that because we already know the answer. Lactose tolerance is a mutation. The majority of the world is lactose intolerant, about 65%. And the remaining 35% that can digest lactose is usually of European descent. Anthropologists and scientists aren't exactly sure why, but one theory I saw is that 20,000 years ago, humans decided to domesticate cows in order to keep drinking milk past infancy. And in the process, they slowly retained lactase, the enzyme needed to digest lactose, past infancy or child-rearing age. While European societies did this, apparently ancient Egypt did this as well. But if you're lactose intolerant, there are some dairy items you can consume without issue. If you like yogurt, opt for Greek yogurt, which has less lactose in it than regular yogurt. And as far as cheese, look for hard-aged cheese like Parmesan, cheddar, and Swiss because during the aging process, bacteria consume the lactose. This is why many people with lactose intolerance can eat pizza without issue because it's made with mozzarella. The more you know.